Hello, Taurus. So, this reading is going to be for the remainder of this month into the beginning of March. I will have the link for the extended video. Is my camera shaking? Because ain't nobody got time. All right. I will have the extended in the description. I also have a dating game, and I will have the link to it in the description as well. Okay. So the first thing I hear is equilibrium. So, and reciprocation. So there's going to be a time in your life where you start to find more balance and you start to see that people want to equally give and take with you, which is good. I also hear like you're on the road to success, you know? So it's like the momentum of things were more slow paced. If you even felt more energetically drained, and I hear like not wanting to hear it, not wanting to argue with anyone, not really wanting to communicate with anyone, starting to see through people. I hear like seeing the way people move, you know? So you could have been in a period and you know, Mercury retrograde is going to come to an end next week. So it's like you've been in a reflective stage. I also hear making boss moves. It's like you want more. I hear like winning. It's like you want to win. You want to be real successful. You want to be healthy mind, body, and soul. And I hear switching up. You're probably contemplating to yourself that you're just going to switch up on people. And it's nothing personal. It's not like you're doing this on purpose to be spiteful, but I hear like rising. You just want to rise out of the dumps. You could have been down and you could have been feeling like depressed. But I hear what you thought as like depression was actually like a period of metamorphosis. So it's like changing cycles. I even hear like losing your appetite. You're going to realize that you start to lose your appetite for certain people, losing attachments, starting to see people for exactly who they are and leaving them right where they are, you know? Yeah, tired. I hear tired. I also hear like a food chain. Some of you could be thinking about opening up a restaurant or making meals and like delivering it from like starting it from your home, like having a service that is offered in your home or something where you start to make things at your home and you can place an order for it to be like you're setting up delivery where people can have this delivered to their door. So that's another thing. I also hear like a functioning anxiety. You have lots of anxiety. So whether you realize it or not, there's like lots of things that you do. It could be like tapping, or it could be like always shaking your knee. It's like a lot of different signals that your anxiety. And I hear rewiring. You're going through a transformation that will like retrain your thoughts or reprogram your mind, how you see things, how you view people, how you I hear sharing, even in coping mechanisms, how you cope with things when they don't work out in your way. And then it could even be I hear celebrating yourself more, congratulating yourself more, understanding that what you put into you, others will start to give it back. So this is like a rebalancing, retraining your thoughts. It's like a metamorphosis. Yeah, you're changing your whole identity. For some of you, I hear you could have ended a rough cycle if you and your partner shared a home or a house together. It's like you could be moving back home or you can be moving out. Some of you could be going back home because you want to save more money to start your own business, or you're moving back home or with family because you want to save up for your own house. I hear equity and loan. You could be wanting to, I hear, retrieve your credit report and start to pay down things. Your credit score will shoot up, and I hear accurate. Like whatever you set your intention for, or what you needed to do in order to get to this goal, Spirit is saying like it's accurate. Whatever steps you are taking in order to obtain whatever it is that you want, it's like you are accurate. Whatever, I hear functions, like if people invite you out or, ask you to do certain things, you're just like, no, turning down a lot of things, a lot of people, and it's like sticking to yourself, sticking to the script of what you said. Yeah. What else? Yeah, you could be, and I hear starving your distractions. You just don't want to be distracted anymore. And I hear elevated, like you just want to elevate. You just want more. And if it's people are not going or doing the things that you are, you just don't want to entertain it. You know what I'm saying? And I hear cause and effect. It's like because you are making these changes, you will notice that your life is going to like change. And there's a surprise that is coming your way. Because I just seen a vision of somebody like, oh my God. It's almost like you take a risk. I hear you realize that you were standing in your own way. That's so powerful, And I hear exercising your self-worth. Like maybe you decided to take a break from dating and taking a break from people so that you can get more in tune with yourself and figure out what your values are. And I hear traditions, how your family traditions has affected your self-esteem, how your family traditions has affected your self-worth, even the types of people that you are attracting in, like leading up to this point. So somebody is digging deep. They're going deep with themselves, and I hear like getting answers. Some of you could even be wrapped up. I hear poetry. You like to write poetry. This could be a way that you vent, a way for you to cleanse yourself or cleanse your heart or cleanse pain. You started to write. You could be a really good writer. This can even be for someone who's like a musician, likes to write songs. And then I just heard dating wrong. And I hear finding a solution. You realize that all along you've been dating wrong, and you found a new solution to, I hear, harness your power, like staying in your power, because before you could have been, and a miracle's coming to you. There's a miracle that is on its way. But you I hear strung out. You left a very strong impression on somebody. I hear you turned them out. You could have turned somebody out whether you realize it or not. And it's like you left their heart on hold, or that's how they feel. Like I hear the memory. It don't matter who you was with in the past. It's like you are someone that people will never ever forget. You come into people's world and you shake up their being, and you teach people a lot. So whether you realize it or not, like, you are a powerful vessel. And I hear eliminating the barriers. So if you had barriers in your way, I hear changing the way that you think in order to create the change in your life. So I hear reading scripture. Some of you could be going to a dating coach. Some of you guys could be reciting poems that strengthen you. Yeah. It's almost like, I want to restore my faith. I want to get back to myself. I feel like you could have been going through a transformation of self and starting to understand, well, who am I? What do I like? What is my love language? You could have been going into love blindly, just looking for someone to love you and not really understanding the power of connection. And I hear force versus force versus flow. Understanding that love, it's patient, it's kind, it's honest, and I hear forthcoming. Maybe you could be a real forthcoming person. It's just like you understanding now. Like maybe you never really knew what love was, and you thought you knew. And I hear like now you get the bigger picture. Now you see what love is all about, and you're using all the tools and everything that you learned in order to create a better dynamic. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? Because that was deep, baby. I hear malicious. Like a malicious creature. Somebody was malicious to you. You know. But you're not trying to spend your time on staying there. That's another thing too. Like if you are seeking help, or if you are with a therapist, it's just cleaning it up. Like cleaning up the past. Figuring out why all this happened, how it served you, all the lessons that now you have learned, and now you have a new approach to dating. Yeah. Once upon a time, some of you could be writers, like some of you can be writers, like writing a book. Once upon a time to me sounds like a story, you know. So it's like all that you've been through. And I hear using the archangels. You can be using the archangels to heal you, and to support you. You know, it's like through the pain you found purpose. That's so beautiful. I found purpose through the pain. I hear wanting to take more risk. Somebody is looking into. This is really big about a book. Like publishing or publishing companies. Like you feel like your story is so big, or whatever happened to you was so impactful that the world needs to know. Yeah. And another thing is like show and prove. Maybe you took people for face value. Maybe it's like they gotta show me. You want to be with me, baby? You gotta show me. Not just listening to people's words, but also let me see their actions. Like taking a more observation approach to love, you know. All right. Anything else? Yeah, moving too slow. You could have been dating someone, but you felt like they weren't consistent enough, or you felt like, I hear like they can't catch up to me. Maybe you felt like they weren't aligned with you, or they were moving too slow. Maybe it just could have been in their life, and it's like you want a power dynamic. You want, you know, like I hear reciprocate. You want somebody to reciprocate all that you have to offer and all that you are. You could be going off about this. Like, it don't even make no sense for me to be with such and such type of people. You know, like I have a lot to offer. I should be dating in my caliber. It could be a situation like that, you know. Like you ain't impressed no more. And I hear it's like, it's no shade. Ain't no shade. You know, once you start to honor your worth, it's like, and now you're doing all, I hear research. Now you're doing all this research. You're getting in touch with yourself. Once you know who you are, this is why they say to practice self-love. It's so powerful. Because when you love you and when you know what you're worth, you ain't got to settle. You know, so I feel like I hear that. Like, why do I even bother? You don't want to argue with nobody no more. I don't need to argue with people. I know who I am. And that's enough for me. That's your new approach. I love it. I love it a lot, Taurus. I hear stable. I hear well-equipped. So if you are going into a business, or if you do have a new opportunity, I hear new drive. Because you're going through this energetic upgrade, you will realize that your drive it's more passionate. You're working in purpose. So it's like a drive, a momentum. You're passionate, you're focused. You want somebody who will match that, you know? Can you keep up? What family tribe. Your soul family. It's time, you know? And I think in the beginning I said that. Like, I hear like shared vision. And that's another thing. Maybe you were around people who wasn't even like motivating you, you know? Like dead end situations. It's like this is not who I am. I was created to create. I have a vision, I have a purpose, I have a passion, I have a path. I need like-minded people. When you're in your career, you don't even have time to like chase people or address stuff, you know? When you're working in purpose, everything, it has to make sense. And I hear drive. You just have a real big drive. And how does this end up in here? It says don't let your past hold you back. But I don't know how that card got in there. Yeah. Taurus, you're prideful. I hear open up. Open up, open up. I don't know. Are you allowing people to get a true chance with you? Are you prideful? Like, I ain't gonna speak first. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do you shutting people down, Taurus. And you ain't giving people a chance. Say what you mean. There's just a big thing where I feel like you are holding back. Like you are holding back, and you're doing it because there's like a communication barrier between you and someone. It's like, but I just feel like you're like, I don't want to hear it. It's almost like you don't want to hear it. You are being prideful. You are being closed off, and it's like I just don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. That's what it seemed like. I'm big on saying I ain't got time. To me, it looks like you saying you ain't got time. Yeah, it's a soulmate relationship. But I also hear gripped by fear. Somebody is gripped by fear. And then I hear wanting answers. Like somebody wants answers. Somebody is gripped by fear and they want answers. And then the other person is kind of like closed off, shutting down. They don't want to hear it. They don't even want to talk about it anymore. You know? So somebody wants to explain themselves. I hear like reassurance. Somebody wants to explain themselves. I hear they always want to explain. And you just don't want to hear it. Like I hear cutting somebody off completely. Like you just don't have the energy to deal with certain things anymore. But then at the same time, I still feel like there's a piece of you that does still love them. Love this person. It could be a family member. Why do I feel it could be a family member? You could have shut down to a family member. And I hear like you felt like this person was overstepping your boundaries, or they didn't celebrate you. They didn't support you. And now you don't answer their calls. Whew. Let me see. Yeah. And if it is a soulmate, it's like you don't want to hear them. It's like don't dismiss the red flags. You feel like somebody presents too many red flags. It could be a family member too. I don't know why. I feel like it could be a family member, a friend, or a lover. So it's soulmate. Yeah, I hear friend group. This person could be a part of your friend group. And I also hear the word like negotiating deals. So there's deals, there's opportunities, there's like things that are coming to the forefront for you. But it says don't dismiss the flags. You feel like this person has, I hear a page. You feel like they are, I hear, this can also be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And I hear went out on multiple dates and you just don't, you're just not buying it. You don't trust them. You don't want to participate in this situation. And this says awakening. This is you. I just said it, you know. There's a spiritual connection. You're awakening to a spiritual connection. All right, y'all. I am going to continue on the extended because this look like it's about to go down. Look like about to get deep. Okay. Send you love and light.